How's it going, everyone? As we slowly trudge along with our creature suit, we still don't have enough footage for a full vlog, so that makes 2 weeks in a row. Instead, I'm going to start a little series I wanted to do called The Top Blank Things I Learned Making Insert Title Here. Today, I am breaking down the top 5 things I learned making our first film, Conan the Barbarian. If you're starting your filmmaking journey, you might learn a couple of things. Or if you're more experienced, maybe you can have a few laughs because you too have done these things. Don't lie. We'll figure it out. We've all got to start somewhere. So a few details. Although we started it in 2011, it got shelved in 2012 so we could make our short film, The Gleaming, which was our first release, but I still consider Poonan to be our debut. Because I ended up applying what I learned from Poonan in The Gleaming. That one will get its own video. So a little backstory. In the late 2000s, we were in a southern metal band, if you will. We used to drink quite a bit back then. During band practice, after shows, during shows. After practice, we used to watch a lot of music DVDs, including the Pantera 3 Vulgar Videos from Hell DVD. And while watching it, I came up with the bright idea to make a movie. Not anything big, just something homemade that we could show our friends and family and have a laugh while we drank. Plus, I'd always had an interest in film. I loved movies, still do to this day. So it was a great opportunity to explore that field with like-minded and funny individuals. At the time, I was going through an Arnold Schwarzenegger kick. I don't think it's ever ended. So I thought we'd make a parody of Conan the Barbarian. I cast bandmates, both current and former at the time, and friends based on their personalities so we wouldn't have to do much acting. So without further ado, let's get into it. Conan the Barbarian. First off, before it was shelved, it was shot with 2 separate cameras. A mini DVD camcorder I borrowed from my mom, then later, a Sony Handycam that took SD cards. Keep that in mind. Number 1, you're gonna need to invest some money. I learned this right off. You can see between the old mini DVD footage and the SD footage that there was a significant jump in production value. That's because when we started, I only bought some wardrobes, props, and the sheets of castle bricks you see in the background. Eventually it caught up to me. I started to care. I wanted the movie to be funny. I didn't want it to be stupid. So I pitched the idea to kind of start over, but with a bigger budget. We reshot the villains' scenes, completely transforming the hallway into this blue nightmare, and added some castle guards. They didn't cost anything. Everyone acted for free. Number 2. Back up your footage so you don't lose it. This one still haunts me. As I said, when we started production, we filmed on mini DVDs. What I didn't know at the time was how to finalize them when they were full and rip them to my computer.
I'll just figure that out later.
That, in part, is what led to reshooting as much as we could with the Sony camcorder. We had 3 or 4 2-sided mini DVD-Rs floating around. And eventually, I lost one, which sucked because it was the whole intro of the movie. To be honest, I have my suspicions. I think someone stole it out of spite. It's the whole fucking reason why the intro is a bunch of parchment shots with a fucking voiceover. But yeah, back up your footage as soon as you can, at the end of each shoot day if you can, or at least keep it in a secure location. Number 3, back up your footage so you don't lose it. Part 2. So yeah, backing up footage from SD cards can be no easier. It's good to have an external hard drive to put your footage on after you've filled up a card. The reason why I say this is that instead of going out and buying extra SD cards, I was pinching pennies. I was putting the footage onto my computer, then cleaning the cards off. Do not do this. I beg you. I was shuffling the files around on my desktop, moving them from one folder to another, trying to get them organized, and in the process, I wound up deleting what I thought were duplicates. I even emptied out the recycle bin without checking first. A chunk of the movie. Gone. Straight to the fiery pits of hell. See ya. Bye. So yeah, buy extra SD cards. Buy an external hard drive so your computer doesn't get bogged down. Put the footage on the external, that way you have backups and the original cards. Hell, these days, back it up in the cloud. Back the whole cloud up. I learned the hard way, and trust me, I will do it again, as you will see in the future installments of this series. Number 4, don't try to make something high concept. Start small. Making a parody of one of your favorite sword and sorcery films is already ambitious. You're looking at the cost of wardrobe, props, set pieces, etc., etc. If anything, make something set in the present day, where people wear normal clothes, and the bad guy is some doofus in a mask. Stay tuned for The Crap I Learned Making the Gleaming, coming soon. I'll do you one better. Make a drama. Then at least you won't have to worry about you or your actor, who you put in charge of the killer's wardrobe, forgetting the damn thing when it's time to film again. Number 5, commit to the project and finish it. We were about 5/6 the way finished with Poonan the Barbarian when the singer of the band, who played the eponymous character Poonan, wanted to halt production to work on our band's sophomore album. I remember this clearly because it pissed me off so much. He might say something different because he and accountability don't go hand in hand. That's not slander, that's the fucking truth. He refused to film anything further until we worked on some music. We really need to work on some new music. It was something I should have never agreed upon. I should have put my foot down and said, damn it, movies are not easy. They're mountainous tasks with a lot of moving parts and a lot of people involved. Let's just get this done before starting any other new projects. What I was fearing at the time came true. We lost all momentum. And that's not even the crappy part. Even when we halted production on Poonan the Barbarian, and we're halfway through the writing of our sophomore album, he stopped showing up. Even for that. Yeah. So yeah, we had a good time making Poonan when we did. All that led to the writing and filming of The Gleaming in 2012. Like, friends are okay to cast in your movies. They'll definitely do it for free, but you need to make sure you're diving in with someone who will help see your vision through. There is some good to the story, though. We eventually picked Poonan the Barbarian back up and retconned it about a decade later. That's why if you watch the feature, you'll see the old footage stitched together with higher quality DSLR footage. We wanted to finish it in memory of our 3 friends who were part of the production who passed away over the years. But overall, I think it still turned out genuinely funny. Last week when I tried to make my reaction video, I hadn't seen it in so long that it was like watching it for the first time. A lot of the jokes caught me off guard.
Thank you. How can I ever repay you?
Gas or grass, lady?
So yeah, those were the top 5 things I learned making Poonan the Barbarian. Not including technical aspects like lighting, but big things that stood out to me at the time. But for a bunch of 20-somethings going out and playing grab ass with a camera, it's not bad. But you're also talking to a guy who likes schlock. If you'd like to watch Poonan the Barbarian, the link is in the description below, even if you want to watch it as a case study. Next time, the top things I learned making The Gleaming. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, help us reach our first goal of 500 subs so we can continue making our films. Take it easy, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.